Awesome, awesome. We have another rare player. This time it's Diamond James Harden. And look at this guy's lineup. With the exception of Earl Campbell, that is a stacked team. He has Shaq at the power forward, and he has Hakeem Olajuwon at the center position. Now, if it was me personally, I would put Hakeem Olajuwon at the power forward position, and that's only because his offensive game is just so good. Also, he's a shorter player. He's the worst defender. But Hakeem Olajuwon, if he goes up against a power forward, there's a chance that you might get a mismatch like a LeBron James or somebody else, where he will be able to absolutely just freaking dominate the guy, and they wouldn't stand a chance. But look at how this game starts off. Diamond James Harden is making his presence felt. As you guys can tell from the title of the video, it is going to be, Jordan got a blocking foul. It is going to be Jordan versus Pippen round 2. Now, the first game is pretty epic. If you didn't watch that, something is wrong with you. You must have bad taste in videos. But if you didn't watch it, I got good news for you. You can always go back and watch it. Oh, look at Kevin Love getting started. I'm going to put the video in the description. And I'm going to also put a playlist for all of my team videos. But look at Jordan. He gets a charging foul. That's 2,000 the first minute and a half, folks. Now, Shaq, he doesn't give up on any rebounds. That's why I like having him. That's why I gave him hustle points. I shouldn't have gone for that, but I thought he was going to rush it, and I would have had him just now. So now we're back in position, but Scottie Pippen couldn't stop Michael Jordan. Many people can't. So, you know, that's nothing to frown upon, nothing to fret about. And it's unlike the last time where it was just a one-on-one match with the entire time. These guys will have sidekicks. Don't go for a charge of me in the post. Don't do that. But this time around, as you guys can see, Kevin Love is getting started. He will help Scottie Pippen out because he can't do it alone against a team like this. This time he has a stacked team. Nice drifter by Jordan. And I'll tell you about who he's going to have on his team as his backup player after Scottie posts his 3 people, including Hakeem Olajuwon, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant got hit so hard, he grabbed his head. He grabbed his head. Like, that should just say something right there. But Jordan, you can't stop him on the break. He got that one. Now, like I was saying, his sidekick in this game wasn't James Harden. It actually ended up being Penny Hardaway off the bench. Now, I got Penny Hardaway also, but this guy was using him much better than me. I will admit that. And it's hard to outdo me with... Oh, look at that pass by Scottie. Scottie to Kevin. You're going to be seeing that a lot this game. But I was saying it's kind of hard to outdo me with Penny, but this guy, he did a great job. I will admit that. Oh, and in case you guys are wondering, like, oh, where did you get Kevin Durant from? I guess by now you probably know that I skipped some videos. Like, I went from the 4th seed all the way to the 2nd seed. Now, let me explain some stuff. When I was playing 2K, I went to the 3rd seed, right? I had no problem with the 4th seed, right? I went to the 3rd seed. And then I had a whole bunch of errors which were documented on Twitter involving the 2K servers. And I think it came down to the last game, which got dropped also. And I ended up going back to the 4th seed. And then when I went back to the 4th seed, I swept it, like just straight 8-0. Then I went to the 2nd seed, and I went to the 3rd seed, and I swept that too. That was a goal. I mean, that wasn't a goal team. That was a block. I slowed it down. That was a block. Like I was saying, I went to the 3rd seed, and I swept the 3rd seed also the 2nd time around. Like no losses, nothing. And now I'm in the 2nd seed where I'm trying to. I think I lost 1 game, and I'm trying to see if I can finish off all of my team with maybe, and I mean all the way to the front of the 1st seed with maybe just 1 or 2 losses max. I want to be able to say I did it without spending a ridiculous amount of money every week on my team, and also without Michael Jordan. I think that's an accomplishment in itself, while not having to resort to the cheesiest tactics everybody does in order just to get by. And I understand they try to say that the reason why people do cheesy things in 2K. Oh, excuse me, hold on 1 second. I posterized Wilt Chamberlain. Just get out the way, big fella. But I didn't have to resort to doing that stuff, and I know that inside of the... Oh, this is going to be nasty. That was going to be nasty. That's Penny Hardaway in the break. You just don't stop that. But inside my team, I know a lot of people, they have to go do these cheesy things because if you fail... If you lose 4 times, the result is hours and hours of gameplay trying to get back to where you just were. So I know a lot of people, they really don't want to lose because the cost of losing is so high. But the problem, I should add that, the problem with this is that if you never play legit at any time in the game, oh, he got right past Gary Payton. That was a great crossover by his Penny. But if you never play legit, then what's the point of playing the game? Like, Like, you get to the front, and now you're just used to playing like this to the point where you can't play a legit game and win the... Oh, hold on a second. I posterized Paul George. You know what I would do for a Paul George? That was my second best player in current gen. The last game I ever played on current gen, Paul George went off for like 44. You know what I would do for an Emerald Paul George? He would start at shooting guard for me immediately. Immediately. And I mean over everybody. Over Kobe, Sam Jones. The only exception would be like a 95 Jordan. And Scottie Pippen, once again, like, are you guys really surprised at this point? How many dunks has he had? For me having the old Scottie Pippen with no jump shot, I managed to make him work. But great hook shot by Magic Johnson. We all know he has the hook game down. Also, he knocked over his opponent. He's just too big for him. He's 6'9". He's fast. He's a point guard. He is playing horrible defense. He got Will Chamberlain posterized the third time already this game. But wide open Kevin Love again. Every time Scottie Pippen drives, he does a drive and dish. It just works out. That's why Scottie Pippen hasn't missed a shot. And Kevin Love is 6 for 7, although he probably should be 7 for 7. But RIP to the Love family. I got posterized by Penny Hardaway again. His Penny Hardaway is looking like Jordan right now. He's hard to stop. On current gen, Penny Hardaway might have been arguably the best, one of the top 3 best players in the game, because he was just unstoppable. And I mean it. The last time I played with him on current gen, he had a triple-double. And that was in 5-minute quarters. I'm glad I have him now, but he's not the same. Ooh, nice strip by Kobe. Out to Scottie Pippen. You know he's ahead of the pack, so there's nothing they can do about it. He finished with a flashy reverse dunk on the break. So Jordan, he's doing his thing. A lot of people, they run baseline. I heard that it started in 2K10 because that was unstoppable. I don't know why I did. I have no idea why I did this. I'm looking back at the video and I still don't know why I did this. But they said that's great defense, but that's great Jordan. What can I say? And this right here, that's a failed charge attempt. I tried to slow him down. It didn't work. That was a great dunk by Jordan. And he's cutting the lead. What can I say? But a lot of people have said that the whole baseline driving thing has come from 2K10, where apparently it was unstoppable, kind of like that animation. And I didn't have 2K10, so I wouldn't know. But I do know that when I first played 2K, great finish. When I first played 2K11, that's what everybody was doing it without that much effectiveness, because I was running big centers all the time. Like, I would either be using Yao Ming or I'd be using Shaquille O'Neal because that was his final season. But inside this game, people are still doing it, so I try to slow him down if I can. I put like charge card on my big man, or I'll just bring over the extra help to go prevent it in the first place. Sometimes I shade him to try to force him to drive into the paint, into more help. Because if you don't know how to shade, this when you hold LT for intense defense, and then you flick the switch inside the direction where you want your player to like kind of face to knock him to kind of like prevent him from being able to run into that area. It came out in I think 2K13 or something like that. Most people don't use it. And Scottie Pippen, unstoppable. What can I say? He doesn't even have I have not got posterizer one time all year. I'm a guy who relied on posterizer in 2K13. Like literally, like maybe half the team had it. Inside this game, I haven't got it once. And I still managed to put up these highlights. I just had to change my play style. And sometimes you have to do that when you're not willing to spend $100 a week on 2K. But another driving dish, Kevin Love, how often has he been open from behind the line? But he wasn't paying attention, and Shaq got the steal, and then Will Chamberlain magically got back into this has got to be the biggest, fastest 7-footer of all time. I don't know how he managed to fall for a fake and then managed to get back into the picture and send it out of bounds in time. I got no idea. And we're in the last 90 seconds. James Harden missed a desperation 3, and we're going to finish it here with this really, really high alley-oop. I didn't know Kobe was going to be able to catch that, because you know the guys, he's getting a little up there in age. I didn't know he could still make that type of catch. But he managed to throw it down. He stayed up there to protect his legs and whatnot. Although the injuries don't really happen and they don't matter, because of half the time they're gone before you even leave the game or whatever. But I hope you guys enjoyed this game. It was Pippen versus Jordan. Pippen took over the first 3 quarters, and Jordan really fought his way back in the 4th quarter. At the end of this, I'm going to be showing you guys the box scores, and then you guys can compare the 2 players. Pippen had 24 and 6 while missing most of the 4th. And when Pippen was out, Jordan just took over in that 1 quarter, scored like 10 points, 31 to 21. Kevin Love 21, and his Penny had 17. But my top 2 players went 18 out of 19, so that's how you win games.